Thanks for tuning in. Today I'm doing a slideshow of a trip to Cuba that Linda and I made in 2015, in February and March. Now these photos are kind of random, but the first one is of Linda and I on the ferry going to Vancouver from Vancouver Island. Like I said, some of these photos become quite random, so so this one here is just a rural scene of a horse-drawn cart. You see this everywhere. You even see it in the city. People still use horses there quite a bit, so very typical. This house, these people sell hats and a few other things. They weave baskets and sell them, but that's a typical rural house that you would see. I'm just eating some popcorn twists. There's a gas station that we saw on our way to Havana. We rented a cab one day with the driver and a guy that took us to Havana. Very interesting. That's Havana right there. Taken from a bit of a distance away, but you can see that's a very interesting city. A lot of old buildings. That's just a sculpture I saw that I thought was kind of cool, so I snapped a picture of it. Now, you'll also see in this hood ornament here. I took a picture of that because I thought it was kind of cool, but there's so many old cars there. It's just unbelievable. These old cars are everywhere. Look at that one. That's Chevy. Behind it, you see a newer Hyundai. But these old cars, you don't need to go looking for them because they are just everywhere. It's not like they're restricted to one area. This is the military base. All the tours take you to this just to show it to you. I guess I like to show it off. It's just part of the tour. Like an old fortress from years ago. There it is right there. Quite interesting. But, it's right on the water, overlooking the water, so it's a good location anyways. There's the world's longest cigar. Can't imagine maybe trying to smoke that, but it's in the Guinness Book of World Records anyway. So that's kind of interesting. That's just downtown in one of the squares in downtown Havana. Beautiful old buildings. They still use buildings from the 1700s. They're still in use. That was just a young woman looking out her window. I thought that was kind of interesting. I was looking up from the street. I just snapped that picture. I snap a lot of random pictures. There's the inside of a pub. I kind of cut people's heads off there, but it was very lively that day. That was the pub that was frequented by Ernest Hemingway years ago. That's just a street. A nice quiet street, not much going on, but once again, beautiful old buildings. Very lovely. Most cities have a new section, an older section. That's Linda and I fooling around. I like the black and white effect. But most cities have an old section and a new section, but Havana is all old. Everything's really old there. There's a guy. That's his little taxi type thing, just waiting for a fare. These people work so hard. There's Havana again. I got a few shots of Havana. One from looking up. I was on a roof looking down. And then, there it is right there, kind of see this patchwork sort of type thing. Very interesting. Havana's just such an old, it's such an interesting city because it's like time stood still. Look at these people. These guys are so good. They sounded so good. They were playing away. The one guy's holding his finger up. They all want 1 peso. So I give everybody a peso when I take their picture. This lady was doing some weaving, making flowers and baskets and all kinds of stuff. And she was very talented. She had some beautiful colored stuff there. Very colorful. A lot of these people are so crafty. That was some literature. I saw this open-air market. And I took a picture of this, all these books and literature and stuff. That's just a guy, like a busker type thing, strumming away. Kind of a cool picture. And, that's me without a mustache, a few years younger. That little tiny camera I'm holding, I took all those pictures with that little camera. That's now my backup camera, but that was my main camera for years, my little Canon. Typical local Cuban. A lot of them wear those hats down there. And, school kids. I don't normally take pictures of kids, but the teacher encouraged me because she wanted to show off her class, and I kind of like all those uniforms, kind of nice, so I took a picture of the kids. Those are some young girls on I assume maybe a lunch break maybe or something, just getting together and hanging out. You know, people are the same wherever you go. That's just a market, or pardon me, a square. Just a square. There's lots of cafes around there and that sort of thing. Another couple of guys looking for a ride to, give somebody a ride. This is my favorite picture. One of them, I have this one on my wall. She's holding up her finger for 1 peso, but I love that picture. By the way, I want to do a shout out to one of my supporters, Don Jones. A big shout out to Don Jones, one of my loyal supporters. Thank you, Don Jones. That's just a beach scene at the resort we stayed at. That is a Portuguese man-of-war jellyfish. We got stung by that. Linda got stung real good. You'll see a picture later of her arms where she got stung. Those things really pack a punch. Always take pictures like that. A couple of chairs. It's kind of cool. And, that's the swimming pool at the resort we stayed at. I should also say a big shout out to all you people, all the rest of my support as well. You're all awesome. That was that sunset. I think the sunset, so I snapped that picture. I'm eating some popcorn twists. That was just a local guy catching a fish with just with a line, no rod or stick or nothing. Just a little fish, catch and release, something to do. That's Linda and myself. She got me a selfie stick for my camera, so I was making good use of it. That was at nighttime. That was a guy, he has a barber shop in his house. It was like a little farmhouse out in the rural area, like a little farm. He's got pigs and stuff, and he grows all kinds of things, but he cuts people's hair too. That's Linda and myself again. Making good use of that selfie stick. That was at the beach resort we stayed at. It was an all-inclusive. We got to know this couple. Linda's been to Cuba 3 times, so she got to know this couple. So it's a mother and son and the rest of the family, but they sell all kinds of stuff out of their house. Very nice people. That's Manuel. He took us on his Catamaran. I forget what it cost, but it wasn't very much. I should have straightened that picture out a bit, but we had a really good day. Very nice man. That's the hotel we stayed at in Yabacoa. Very nice resort. Like I said, Linda's been there 3 times. The 3rd time was the first time I was there with her. The only thing holding this car together is the paint. It's really old, but they keep these things running. Kind of a contrast. You got the horse and buggy, and then you got this car. And they keep working on them. We're back to Havana again. Just a typical nice quiet street. Not much going on. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's Linda and I. We were riding some horses. My horse is kind of small. Looks like I'm riding a burro. I needed a horse a lot bigger than that, but that was all they had. So we're riding up and down the beach. We went for a trail ride with our guide. There's some beautiful cars. Really nice. If I got the year wrong, don't feel bad about correcting me. I may have got the make wrong too, but I was pretty sure I was right about that. That's our hotel at nighttime. Just a just everywhere. Some of them are junkers, and some of them they've already put a lot of money into them. They've already fixed them up. Just beautiful. Yeah, that's what I mean. This guy keeps that car running, you know. Keep working on them, just keep them going. Because that's all they have, right? So you gotta do something. I love that. Beautiful old Impala. Wow. What a beauty. Wow. They don't build them like that anymore. Unbelievable. Just lovely. See this all the time. People just going down the street. I've actually seen people actually just riding horses too. Just, horseback, bareback, whatever. There's a beauty. Some of these things are in amazing shape. Just beautiful. That's back at our resort. Some of the plant life. There's just all kinds of plant life. And then there's a plant and flower fanatic. So she was very interested in this. That's Nelson, the omelet chef. This man's a wizard. I've seen him handle as many as 5 or 6 frying pans all at once. I got some video of him coming up. Very nice man. Very, very good. Very typical street scene. This is right in the city, in Havana. I took this other window over our taxi. There's some nice pictures there. Nice cars. Beautiful. Yeah, like I said, I never get tired of looking at these cars. They're just amazing. That's our hotel room. I think I got a video of that coming up too. Very nice. We're just overlooking the pool. Very nice, very close to the ocean. Snorkeling every day. I made that picture black and white. It just seemed to be more interesting that way, but you see a lot of political sayings and propaganda and stuff, all over the place. But, yeah, so this guy here is just sitting all by himself. I was in a doorway looking out. That was kind of interesting. Victor and Jerry. Victor's the driver and Jerry's the guide. Victor owns the car but doesn't speak English. Jerry's the guide, but he does speak English, so they have to work as a pair. Jerry inherited Victor inherited that car from his grandfather. It's the red Ford in the background. Yeah, he has a Toyota motor in that thing. That's what keeps it going. A Toyota motor. There it is. They were picking us up at the hotel. So Linda and I went with another couple that we met on the plane. Bill and Karen. Oh, that's our pool again. I think we swam in maybe once or twice. The rest of the time we were snorkeling in the ocean. But it was nice. Typical street scene. I don't know why I didn't straighten that one out a bit better too. Anyways. Kind of cool. See a lot of those. Mind you, most cities have something like that. This couple, they just make clothes and stuff and outside their home. This guy is apparently blind. That's what I was told. I'm not sure if he is, but anyways, they were very nice people. That was a kind of a typical meal at the resort. A piece of chicken and fruit and veg and fries. A lot of water. That's the resort. We climbed up this, went for a hike up this mountain. Or a big hill overlooking the resort. There's a whole group of us went up there. It was very nice. So that was our resort from up top. There's an old taxi for you. Real old one. It's fun riding around those things. And of course, they don't have the original motors. A lot of them, like I said, Victor's car had a Toyota motor. This is one of the main squares. You see this in a lot of pictures and postcards and that sort of thing when you see Cuba, So normally it's quite busy there. But there's that Portuguese man of war. Man, those things got tentacles about 20 feet long, and they just really sting. That's the inside of Victor's car. It's very road in the front the whole time. There's one of our little visitors. I used to see those at the resort all the time, little lizards all over. They don't hurt anybody. I think they keep the bug population under control. There's Havana. Just driving around. Colorful old buildings. You know, very old. Like I said, some of them from the 1700s. They still use them. More old cars, taxis, whatever. A couple of guys taking a break from work. I love these corn twists. These are good. They smell in your mouth. That's your swimming pool from a view from our balcony. Kind of interesting. Lots of real thick palms there. Real thick, bushy ones. That's the Capitol building. It's I think they're doing some maintenance on it. It's very old. That's the hood of the car that we were in. Just some more old buildings. There's that same taxi again. I took a picture of the front of it because I wanted to show you the grill, but I think I used a flash on that because it was starting to get a bit dark. It was getting towards the end of the day. Beautiful old Oldsmobile. Like I said, it could be wrong on some of the days. It could be a 54, but I think it's a 53. I'm not a real car buff, but there's our car again, the 53 Ford that belongs to Victor, that he inherited from his grandfather. They split the money 3 ways, a third for the car, a third for Jerry, and a third for Victor. There's Linda's arm again. Don't know why I got 2 pictures of that, but anyways. Yeah, she got stung good. Another street scene. A quiet street. Not much going on. Yeah, boy, isn't that something? I'd love to own something like that. Just a beauty. An old 55. Yeah, like I said, you don't need to go looking for these cars. They are everywhere. It's like time stood still in 61. Look at that. You just never see these cars anymore. And here it's just an everyday thing. It's like going back in time. Oh, I got this guy again. Must have liked him, that's why I got 2 pictures of him, but he's cutting hair. And he also sold a lot of these hats and stuff and different things. And like I said, he had a bit of a farm there, and he sold fruit and whatever. There's Linda at her restaurant. We went out for steak and lobsters one night. It was beautiful. Pretty nice. Once again, you see this everywhere. It's nothing uncommon. They're everywhere. That's the beach. Nighttime. Sun's going down. Every morning they come along with a big tractor and that rake all the seaweed off. I got this picture on my wall as well. Just such a beautiful old car. I like the color. Like I said, I took all these pictures with my little Canon power shot. I've used that little Canon camera. I bought it in 2010. I've used it so many places. I have some kind of a little hairless dog. He was kind of falling something. That's Victor's car again. We had such a good day driving around. That thing was just unbelievable. This guy was parked out in front of our hotel. He was looking for, waiting for his customers. That's a beauty. Wow. That's Linda and I up top the mountain that we climbed overlooked the resort. It was really hot that day. Well, the weather was hot the whole time we were there. That was a house just up the street from our resort. We used to just walk up there and see people and say hi, and some people you chat with. You know, look at that one. Nice little car. Maybe I got too many car pictures, I'm not sure. But anyways, I know a lot of people like to look at these old cars. There's another one. It's just such a novelty to see these things. I mean, it's like a huge show and shine car show just everywhere you look. I mean, this guy's replacing the bricks. Those are actually wooden bricks. That way it's quieter. But it's all wooden blocks. And he's just replacing a few of them. They're not clay bricks. I got this picture on my wall too. Like I said, this guy is just doing what he can to keep this thing running. Just a going concern. Well, I don't know why I ended up with two pictures like that, but that's meant well again of myself. Anyways, here's an old car. And, yeah. There's that Impala again, from a different angle. I can't stop eating these popcorn twists. I'm not sure why I got duplicates of some of these. I don't know how that happened. Oh, there's a video. We're driving around Havana. And we got Jerry in the middle. He speaks English. He's the guide and interpreter. Victor's the driver who owns the car, but doesn't speak a word of English. Two very nice young men, very funny. There they are. That's Karen and Bill in the back, and that's Linda on the left. We still see Karen and Bill. They're very good friends of ours. We had them on the plane going there. We still see them. There's Jerry and Victor. Just driving around. Having fun. You know, the weather was just beautiful all the time we were there. It never rained or nothing. Yeah, I was taking a tour of the city. So interesting. You know, people just walking around doing their normal stuff that they do, and you know, new cars, old cars, you know, all kinds of things. You can almost hear the traffic. There we are, Linda, Karen and Bill. So we're coming up that square again. This is where they have a lot of demonstrations and parades and you know, that sort of thing. You know, real political events, public events. That's me, without my mustache. Now we're driving down the street. This is like right downtown Havana. Old buildings. And you start seeing a lot of old cars coming towards us here pretty soon. And it's just fascinating. Yeah. Jerry and Victor. There, see the old cars there. Some newer ones. A real mixture. It's almost like being in an old movie or something, you know. Just a steady stream of old vehicles. I think if you go to Cuba, it's certainly worth a visit. That's our resort overlooking the pool. I was standing on the balcony. That's where our room was standing on the balcony. You'll see the inside of our room pretty soon. So I just took a picture of the pool and that sort of thing. And that's our room. It was very nice. Very clean. There's Nelson, the omelet chef. And actually, he wasn't even that busy today. This day, he was actually not that busy. There's Linda getting her breakfast. Yeah, he's doing omelet. The guy's just amazing. Like I said, he can handle as many frying pans he needs to. You know, he's such a nice guy. I used to tip him regularly because he was such a hard worker. One time he had the day off. We went there and there's two guys. They couldn't do half the work that he was doing. Like I said, he's like a wizard. And believe it or not, he's not even busy here. I've seen him when he's way busier than this. And he totally has it together. Yeah. I love popcorn twists, man. They're tasty. I can't stop eating them. Not very good for my diet, but they're tasty. There he is. He's just whipping up the omelets. That was really all he did. Just made omelets. I think I'd see him do a few eggs over easy, that sort of thing, but mainly his thing was omelets. So yeah, he gets lots of tips. Does very well. Lovely man. Not sure how he felt about me taking this video, but he seemed to be okay. He was quite relaxed. He's probably used to it. So much confidence. He already knows what he's doing. The food there was it wasn't great because their food is quite different than most places, but it was definitely certainly not bad. I really enjoyed it. You know, for instance, when they cut up a chicken, that was my omelet. When they cut up a chicken, they don't cut it up like a breast and drumstick and all that. They kind of hack it up their own way, so it's some parts are almost unrecognizable. It's kind of funny. But anyway, yeah. I know I include a lot of video of this guy, but I just found it fascinating to watch. And we'd go there, like I said, every morning. Oh, here we are, there's Manuel. On his catamaran, there's Linda. We're just scooting along there, man. That thing already took off. I just couldn't believe that the power, like the wind was just taking us out there. Like we were already moving. Like look how fast we're going. Like I couldn't believe how fast that thing went. That's just the wind. Like there's no motor, we're just boogieing along there. Manuel was really knowledgeable about the ocean and everything. About sailing. Very nice guy. There's the fish. The fish would follow us because they're used to being fed. You know, people throw food in, like over the edge. They're used to that. So the minute you stop, they just swarm you. So There's fish everywhere. You know, the oceans in these parts of the world just teeming with sea life. It's just amazing. I love it. I love snorkeling there. It's just so nice. Look at that. Such a nice day to be on the water. And that was getting towards evening. That's why around dinner time we were out there. That was a very good day. So he gave me some food to feed them. And so I'm feeding them there. That was a lot of fun. Here we are riding horses with our guide. He took off at one point and left us alone for about 20 minutes. And that was so nice because we would just gallop up and down the beach waiting for him to come back. I like riding horses, it's fun. There's me, got my selfie stick. And we're going through some small, shallow little pools there. Little streams. We were only there for about, I think, a week, but we did a lot in that 1 week. Okay, here we are. Our trip is over. We're on our way back. We're approaching Vancouver. We're beginning our descent into Vancouver. So there we are. Getting lower and lower all the time. Here we are, coming in. Starting to see more of the city now. I really enjoyed Cuba. I don't know if I'd go back because life is too short to go back to the same places. Mind you, I would go back to Thailand and heartbeat and Vietnam and Cambodia. Linda and I were there in 2019. We loved it. So I'd definitely go back there. And I want to go back to Greece. I was there in 2008. But I never saw much of Greece. I want to see more. But I love, the thing about Cuba, the beaches are beautiful, the resort was nice. There's Karen and Linda. There's me. Can't help but laugh. That was so much fun. So anyway, the beaches are so nice, and not only that, but Havana was so interesting. It was like one of the most interesting cities I've ever visited. Like even cities like Jerusalem and Bethlehem and Istanbul, those places, they all have their old section, but they have the newer section too, and the newer section is no different than, Toronto, Los Angeles, New York. But Havana doesn't have a new section, it's all old, it's old everywhere. Well, they do have a bit of a newer section, but not that much. It's really old there and fascinating. So we're getting lower and lower. We'll be on the ground here pretty soon. So I'm thinking maybe I might do some more slideshows. If you want to see some more slideshows, let me know. I'd be happy to show you, like Thailand and those places. It's very interesting. We visited some elephants and stuff and did a lot of cool stuff. And also our trip across Canada. I did a video on going across Canada, but I didn't show any pictures, so that'd be nice. I think this summer, when the weather's nicer and things are in full bloom, I want to do a video of the town I live in and where Linda and I live. That sort of thing. sort of highlights of where I live, maybe. We'll see how that goes. Just do a whisper video. You can see we're getting lower all the time. We'll be on the ground here pretty soon. I think it's cool, the lower you get, the faster it seems to go, you know. There we are coming in. Well, touchdown. Kind of hard to hold the camera steady when you're bouncing along there, but anyway. I gotta stop eating these things. I'll just suck all the salt off my fingers. Anyways, we're on the ground in Vancouver, so that's the end of our trip. Linda and I are planning a trip to Mexico in February 2023. So we're already planning for that. So we'll be in Mexico. I think we leave on the 22nd, and we fly out of Vancouver. So the thing about living on the island is you have to go to Vancouver depending on your flight leaves. Quite often you have to go to Vancouver the night before and fly out the next morning, which means you got to get a hotel the night before. And then coming back, a lot of times you have to get a hotel in Vancouver as well because it's too late to catch a ferry or whatever, or another flight. So, actually, I remember one time I went on a cruise, and we had to stay in Vancouver and then Miami. So that was 2 nights at a hotel before we even got on the ship. So that's the only drawback of living on the island is, you know, if you want to fly out early, you have to stay overnight in Vancouver. If you're flying out later, like for instance when we went to Cuba this time, we didn't fly out till nighttime, so we went over the same day. We left. I think we got to Vancouver around 2 in the afternoon, and that gave us plenty of time. And then we just stayed at the airport and flew out later that night, but I'd rather be early than late. I know we can't hear what she's saying, but something funny anyway, I'm sure. But anyway, so that's just like I said, it's a drawback of living on the island is you have to go over the night before unless your flight's leaving later that night. I know one time I took a cruise to, it was a Mediterranean cruise, and the plane didn't leave until later. So I went over in the afternoon, so there was no hotels going. And coming back, we got in early, like real early in the morning, so I just slept in the airport until breakfast time, because I think we got in at about, I don't know, 2 in the morning or something. So I remember I just kind of crashed down the airport, and I remember waking up because some guy was vacuuming the rugs around there or something. But anyway, so that was it. But I don't mind. It's kind of exciting when you go over and you're planning a trip and you go over the night before, and Linda and I will always have a we'll always have a nice dinner, you know, and stay at the hotel. And we always get a decent hotel. They got a shuttle service that takes it to the airport. So that's kind of cool, you know. And it's just all part of the trip. It's all part of the experience, you know. It's a lot of fun. And that's kind of par for the course, because I would say, you know, 8 times out of 10, you've got to go over the night before, usually. Depending on your flight, of course. But I know when I went to New York, we this other lady that I was dating at the time, you know, years before Linda, we stayed overnight and went to a nice pub, had a nice dinner, and came back, and it was good, you know. So it's a lot of fun. You know, it kind of extends your trip by a couple days, and it's a bit more expensive because you need a hotel before you go, and quite often a hotel on the way back. I find getting the hotel on the way back more frustrating because a lot of times I just want to get home, you know, because I'm that close, you know. It's like I'm so close, and I'm still so far away, you know. Coming back from Asia, that was about a month-long trip in Asia, and we we had a hotel in Vancouver the night before our ferry, and I just wanted to get home and see all my pictures and just, unpack and whatever, but I mean, the time goes fast anyway. Next thing you know, you're back home, so. But here we're almost at our gate now, and the video's coming to an end, so I want to thank all you people for tuning in. You're all awesome. I love all your comments. I read them all, and I hope you stay awesome forever. But that's the end of my slideshow. So once again, if there's anything you want to see, if you have any ideas, just hit me up, and I'll be happy to comply. I'll certainly do my best. But anyways, my friends, that's Cuba. So I hope someday you get to go. It's a wonderful place to visit. I don't know if I'd go back because, like I said, life is too short to repeat myself. But we had a lot of fun, and we did so much when we were there. So you take care, stay awesome,